everybody and welcome to today's video. Gareth Shaw here, PGA professional, and today I'm talking all things PGA show and ultimately how to thrive when you're over there and have an amazing experience. For me, it was probably one of the highlights of my golfing career going over to the show back in 2020 with David and Nicole Wheatley, my former employers at Mediate Golf. It was amazing. Got to give them a big shout out first of all. Absolutely awesome. Loved the experience. And for me today, I just wanted to share, I've seen a lot of people are preparing to go to this year's show, but sadly I'm not going to be there this year, but I just wanted to share some learnings, some of the experiences that I had at that time, and some of the top tips that Dave and Nicole shared with me that I want to pass on to you as well, because it really helped when I was over there and the experience that I had. So I'm going to split it into 4 sections. We're going to look at what you can do before you leave for Orlando, then when you get in Orlando and all the surrounding areas. Then we're going to look at demo day, because that's a beast in itself, and then finally looking at the show days and what you can do. So before you get there, some of the top tips from me is to go and look through the website. The website is brilliant, the PGA show website. If you're a vendor or if you're signed up and registered to go, all the vendors, all the people are going to be there, and their contact details will be there as well. So I encourage you to make appointments before you leave the UK or wherever you're traveling from, because when you get there you'll be overwhelmed and people won't have time for you. And this is something that's done. People meet appointment based, so they don't, yes, you can go up and have a chat and arrange something maybe for a drink or a catch up later, but people have got diaries and they are full. It's a busy week. So I would encourage you to go have a look on the website, make your appointments beforehand. Today we are on Wednesday in the UK when this video comes out, so I'd encourage you today, tomorrow, Friday, get your appointments in, because people will be flying Saturday and Sunday ready for the show to start next week. Then within those meeting slots as well, try and leave 30 to 40 minutes, especially if you're away from demo day and you're at the convention center itself. It's a beast, it's huge, and it'll take you probably, I think I totted up, it took me to do a lap of the facility, it took me about an hour. It's that big. So I'd encourage you to leave about 30 or 40 minutes between each meeting, just so you can have a bit of a breather, have a drink, maybe get a snack, and then go and find your next meeting. And what I tended to do is go and find my meeting, my stall or my show number of the vendor I was meeting with, and then just hang back, go, yeah, got that slot, brilliant, I'll go and have a snack, have a hydrate, and then be ready and be prepared for that meeting as well. Also within that, get a name of a person you're meeting with, because usually on a stand there might be 5, 6, 10, 20 people working even. So if you've got a name of a person, at least then, because 9 times out of 10, unless you know this person personally or you've met them before or online, you don't know what they look like. So you could be meeting anybody, so it's really crucial that you've got their name. And if you can find them on LinkedIn before or other social platforms, even better, so you've got a name to a face, so it's easier to find that person when you're at their booth. The next one for me, I made this little bit of a mistake, to be honest. Pack light. There was clothes in my suitcase that I didn't use, didn't wear, and you get so many goodies and freebies, as I'm sporting today with this cap, and lots more, that you want to fill your suitcase and bring back. Mine was overweight, it got checked at landing in Manchester because it was that heavy and had that much golf swag in it. So make sure you pack light and kind of, again, just do the little basic things. So make sure you've got an international charger. If you haven't got one of them, pick one up from the airport. If you haven't got a power bank, something to charge your mobile phone up with on site, I'd encourage you to get a power bank. It was really useful because you will use your phone, you'll use your data quite a lot when you're there. With this in mind, call your phone company, O2, EE, whoever it may be, and just make sure you can either add on an international bolt on or you've got an international charge on there, because I think it was pence, it wasn't very much at all, it was a couple of pounds a day. So as soon as you made that kind of contact home or you sent that message, it then kind of activated that data allowance. But I think I got unlimited for a few pounds. It was well worth having because you use your phone a lot, you use your data a lot, just to get around and interact as well. Pack for all weathers. I again made this faux pas. You're thinking, well, it's freezing in England, it looks beautiful in America, in Florida, but it was freezing when we got there, especially on demo day. We went and I had to get the waterproof trousers out, I had to get the waterproof top out. It was really cold and I could have done with another layer, to be honest. So pack for all weathers. If you can put everything in your bag, umbrella, mitts, hand warmers, you never know. Because again, demo day is, you're out at Orange County Golf Club and it's out into the elements, it's wide open, so it does blow and it is very windy and cold at times, but also it can be scorching. So pack for all weathers, I encourage that. Somebody asked me again, one of the questions that I asked Dave and Nicole was kind of what to wear when you're over there. Depends what you're going for. If you're going as a business individual to make a business transaction or to do some business with people, I went chinos, shirt, blazer. That was the kind of the my daily wear, which was great. Golf attire on demo day, just because you're in a golfing setting, you're outdoors as well, so that's kind of understandable. But if you're a PGA pro going over, make sure you go logoed up so people can see and know who you are as well, because you never know who you're meeting. So if you've got some logo gear with your brand, with your logo on, wear it with pride. Quarter zip central, everybody be wearing quarter zips over there. Just again, make layers. Something what I'm wearing today, it's suffice as well, and be prepared to kind of interact and plan your day. So from Monday's usually a kind of free day when you register, so I'd encourage you to go down to the convention centre and register. You won't be able to go in unless you're a vendor, but at least you'll be able to get your bearings of the convention centre, because it's huge. I can't tell you how big this is. If you've been to the NEC, it blows the NEC away, the size of the place. So just be prepared for the size, and if you can get prepared and plan your day the best as you can, great. Use Monday maybe to chill, to interact, meet some friends, just have a bit of downtime and get you acclimatised to Orlando and the time difference as well. Also, before you go, get some business cards printed, or get these e-cards where it's a one card and people can zap your QR code or something like that. I think it's on your badge as well that you've got your details on, but encourage that sharing of contact details. I came back with a wedge of business cards, and even if you don't have time with people when you're there, making interactions after, I made so many contacts, so much business from the visits after as well, and the interactions I had with people after, so that was really important. And again, I'm going to touch on it a lot throughout this video. The size of the place, it's huge again, it's absolutely huge. So just be prepared for that and be prepared to interact and have some fun. And again, a bit inhibitions are out the window. Any nerves, any anxieties, just push them to one side for this week only, because the great and the good of the golf industry are going to be there in Orlando. And this is your one shot to kind of make a difference, make an impression to people who are there. And you don't know who you're meeting, I promise you don't know who you're meeting. Golf is a small world, and when everybody comes together, everybody's willing to interact and share and help each other. Take that opportunity, it's so important that you do that. Okay, let's move on to when you land, when you get into the States. So it'll be busy first of all, because everybody's coming into Florida for the show. You'll see lots of familiar faces, which is brilliant, and you can have a good interact and plan some get-togethers and a beer and a bite to eat. Something that kind of Dave and Nicole hit home to me straight away is we landed kind of I think about 6 o'clock Orlando time. So it's in UK to Orlando, so Florida's 5 hours behind. So I'd encourage you to stay up for as long as you can, just to try and beat the jet lag a little bit, because God, I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, every morning for about 2 or 3 days, because my body clock was set on the UK. So it's just about acclimatising and not worrying if you wake up at 3 in the morning, because there's plenty of stuff on the TV, you'll have emails to do, you can just relax. So don't try and fight the jet lag, but if you can stay up as late as you can on that first day you get there, if that's Sunday evening, we stayed up to like kind of 1, 2 o'clock just to get acclimatised a little bit, and then got a good night's sleep, and we were up bright and breezy, raring to go for the next day. Get some supplies, so I'd encourage you to go to the local 7-Eleven or local convenience store and pick up some waters, pick up some power bars, energy bars, Nutri-Grain kind of bars, just so you can put them in a bag and a couple of bottles of water, because you will get through water throughout the day as well, especially if it's warm. Find a breakfast spot. My recommendation, please don't diss me for this, but it's Denny's. I remember going as a kid with my mum and dad when we went to Florida, and I love a Denny's, so go and check out a Denny's, because again, it's fast, it's convenient, it's easy, it's on the strip in terms of it's on International Drive. It was across the road from our hotel, so, and it's open, I think it's pretty much open 24/7, which is crazy. So you could go get your early breakfast and get gone. We were eating breakfast probably 7:30 every morning, 7 o'clock, to get ready and prepared for the show, which was awesome. But that's your main meal really for the day before you eat in the evening. So go and have a big breakfast, go and fuel up, so you're ready to take on the day as well. Something again we probably don't think about when you're over there is kind of communicating with back home, because of that time difference, especially with me with a family. It was important, and I'd either schedule a FaceTime call each day that was convenient for both parties in terms of times, or something that Cole told me it was a great strategy, and I used it loads, was just record some WhatsApp video messages and then send them back home, so you're not interrupting if it's day-to-day life, school, whatever's going on, busyness, but then they can watch that video and they can reply to you if you're asleep, or vice versa. So yeah, really just plan that family time and when you can communicate with back home as well, because it's very busy. And I would encourage that. Try and have a little bit of time for yourself when you're over there, because it is hectic, it is full on, and it'd be brilliant. At the end of every day, we kind of went back to our rooms for an hour and I just chilled, to be honest. TV was on, but just lay on the bed and just had a relax, and then got ready to go out for the evening again, because a lot of interactions at the show happen outside the show as well. So meet, drinks, have something neat, show parties, that type of stuff, and I'd encourage you to interact and get out there and do that. Sorry if I'm overwhelming you and overloading you, but even if you have a little break in between these sections, there's a lot to cover. But I promise you, these little top tips helped me for my first experience, and if you're a first timer going over to the show this time, it hopefully will help you and ease some of those worries as you're going over there. Demo day was probably my favourite day. This was on the Tuesday of the show, so it's the first real big day of the show. Leave early. I'd recommend you leave early. You can either get a coach from the convention centre, free coach that takes you to Orange County Golf Club. I think it's about a 40-minute drive to the golf club, and it is huge. It's a circle. I'll throw some images up now while we're chatting, but it's a circle, so it's a big circumference, and it's 400 yards from the middle point to each point of the outer circle, so it's a massive space, and all the kind of demo activity into the middle, so you hit into the middle of the driving range, which is so cool and just a nice thing to see anyway. And encouraged when you get there is just, again, acclimatise yourself. Go and walk the range. Maybe don't interact with people, but just go and walk the area, get your bearings. And especially if you're meeting people, a good meeting spot I found was at the food court or the food area. Lots of seating. It was kind of people with grab and go kind of thing. There was lots of coffee, meetings going on, which was great. And it's a really good one, especially if I haven't met somebody before. You can kind of arrange that meeting and say, I'll meet you in the food court, and they'll spot you, especially if you've got some logo gear on or something, or they've seen your face before. It's a perfect meeting spot as well. Take a rucksack so you can load up with some fuel, with some nutrition, because again, it's a long day. And be clear as well to think about the actual planning of that day. Who you're meeting, where you're going, especially if you're going with other people, and don't be led by other people as well. If you've got an agenda, you've got meetings that you want to attend, go and do it, go and do your own thing, because it's so important to do that. With that rucksack as well, people will be giving you leaflets, maybe giving you samples of things, so it's great, so you're not carrying stuff around, you can pop it away in your rucksack, and it will kind of free up the load for you to walk and interact. I'd encourage golf shoes on this day as well, or just some really comfortable trainers. You're on your feet all day, it's a busy day, it's a long day, big walks as well. Then we move on to the kind of show days. The show days move from Wednesday through to the Friday, and this is back at the convention centre. So again, it's encouraged to get there early, because they do, like on the first day, they do an opening ceremony. I think this year Zach Johnson's there opening the show, and then it's like a free-for-all. It's like something you've seen on the TV when back in the day when people have to Buzz Lightyear toys and stuff like that. It's busy, it's bustling, get there early, get in the mix of it as well. And encourage as well to post stuff on social media, because the amount of people who are there, and if you hashtag the PGA show, people will be following that hashtag, and you'll never know, people will just drop you DMs and say, hey, fancy a coffee, fancy a meet, oh, I'm over here, fancy a get together. Network. That's what I just encourage you to do at the show. It's awesome. As you can tell by the enthusiasm in my voice, I'm a kid in a sweet shop in this kind of environment. I loved it. And Dave and Nicole, if you asked them, they kind of put a little wry smile on their face, and they knew I loved it. I was a golf geek, and I went and had such a good time and did some great business while we were over there. Plan your meeting days. Make sure I just did a printout, a timetable of what I've got, or have it on your phone of who you're meeting, where you're meeting, what booth number they are, because again, you'll get there and you'll be overwhelmed by the amount of booth numbers and the size and scale of the place. Also then, take some breaks for yourself. There's enough space in the convention centre. Just find a quiet corner and grab yourself a muffin, a coffee, just something to have a little break as well. It's so important to do that, and stay hydrated through the day. Lots of vendors for selling water, but if you can take your own in, you'll save yourself some money as well. Smile and look like you're having a good time. I know some of you out there would say, Gareth, I've been for the 6th year on the bounce, apart from COVID. And I've overdone this, I've done this. People I've spoken to this week, it's kind of, it's a hard slog. But go and enjoy it, go and put a smile on your face. It's once a year and everybody's there from the golf industry, so go and enjoy yourself. Networking is so important, either in the convention centre or outside as well. So people invite you meetings at hotels and having a drink after, or my favourite was the Top Golf party, a little bit of a presentation from the Top Golf guys, but they fed you, they watered you, you hit some golf shots. And again, go and meet off site and have some fun outside the show, because the business again can be done there is superb. You'll find some products as well that aren't in the UK, which is great, and you're getting the first look at some of this innovative technology that's out there. So just embrace it and have some fun with it. Everything's there. You can pick up a T-Peg to the latest driver, so go and immerse yourself in it and have some fun as well. Friday's the kind of last day of the show, but it's the day as well where people are looking to give stuff away. The tendency at the show is you can't theoretically buy stuff. It's a trade show pretty much, and you can't buy stuff. It's there for show and to pre-book and those type of things, gauge interest. But some of the maybe smaller vendors and some of the vendors who are there for the first time will be looking to offload stock because they don't want to take it back with them, because it will cost them money to ship back to wherever they've come from. So if you have got a few dollars left after your week, you can pick up some bargains. You pick up some new kits, some training aids, some balls, some tees, but just be careful, don't buy yourself a bag and then you're thinking, oh God, how am I going to get this home? Just think about what you purchase. Head covers are a good one, they fit down into your bags, T-pegs, balls, whatever it may be. But if you've got your eye on something, and if you've got a golf bag, you're playing golf while you're out there as well, you could load that golf bag back up and put it in the hold and happy days. But as I said in the first segment, pack light, so you've got room for this stuff, because I was kind of going, right, how am I going to fit all this stuff in my bag? After and at the end. So yeah, just good fun, really good fun. And the final one for me is, if you can look off site as well. When I was over there was some fun activities that you could do, and I wish I did do. The Orlando Magic were playing basketball, there was ice hockey on at the convention, not the convention centre, but the main arena in Miami as well, and in Florida. You've got Disney down the road. I know you're not going to fit everything in, but if you can give yourself a non-golfing activity just for fun, and I imagine lots of people will be going to these activities. At my hotel, you could buy tickets at the hotel as well, which was really convenient, and you could get a taxi there for a few bucks and then back again. But just a big one for me, I had a blast, and I would go in again in a heartbeat. So if you're going, I hope these tips have helped you, and just go and enjoy yourself, embrace the experience, enjoy the experience, and feel free to drop me a message when you come back and say if the tips have helped or they haven't, or they give you a bit of an insight to the carnage, the mayhem, the joy that hit you when you landed in Orlando. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.